Hi, I'm Aditya. I head a team called Climate Studio, which is the internal brand marketing vertical for All Carbon. So the first one I did was when my mother had an injury and she had to do a surgery. Right from when I began the journey and clicked on that one button to figure out how do I go about claims, every page was just instrumented so well. But I was just so glad how the entire interface played out. Right from what documents I need to submit, which hospital this whole process happened. I think everything was just very, very simple for me. Talking about speed, I think it took me like a day to just get everything assembled. I didn't have to go step by step in the sense figuring out, okay, I now need this document. And when I got back 95% of the claim that I made, and Plum also walked through what are the chances of getting a claim, what is the percentage money I will get, exactly what I saw is exactly what I got. I remember at one point I had to do a signature on the back of the paper as well. And there was this nice little video and an image explaining where I should put the signature, what the document will look like. Even the way Plum handheld me in this process by every day sending me notifications where things stand, what is the likelihood of my claim, what am I missing in this documentation. I think that whole process was just so customer friendly that I absolutely loved it from start to end.
When someone reaches out to, let's say, our insurance provider, first thing they expect is just to listen. Hi, my name is Monica Gunalan. I work as Head of People APAC for Postman. When I was claiming an insurance through Plum for the first time, my son had fallen ill, and no hospital experience is fun when it comes to, your family going through health crisis, etc. And insurance is probably the last thing on your mind. When I was doing that, I think one of the first things that came to my mind is, hey, how long this entire process is going to take. Thankfully, it was as smooth as I could have expected. And, that was one off my list so that I could focus on my son's health. I would say it's a pretty straightforward process when it comes to filing a claim in the Plum app. It's, as simple as placing an order for, let's say, food. I didn't have to follow up multiple times or, I was given the right ETA on how and when it would be done. And I think a lot of companies end up with, hey, can I save a few bucks here, a few $1,000 there, so that, I can add another benefit. There should be a right balance between how you manage your budgets for benefits. Like, it's important to strike that balance. For Postman, we come from a place of care, and all our benefits are designed through that. And claims experience is all the more important because we are doing it at a time when you or your family members are going through a health crisis. And when someone reaches out to, let's say, our insurance provider, first thing they expect is just to listen on what they're going through and have that empathy, right? Of course, costs do matter. So I would say speed, empathy, and cost.
So I'm Sakib. I work with Bloom Ventures. I lead talent there. I'm a PM turned recruiter. I started my career in product. I'm a Bombay boy, born, brought up, and lived in Mumbai all my life. This is when my wife had to go through a surgery. It took us aback because she never had any such medical concerns until that point. So the surgery was supposed to happen at 4 p.m. in the evening, and around 12 or 1 I get to know that the cashless process has to be approved by the insurer before the surgery happens, else I'll have to pay for it now. I still remember this lady, Bandita Gowda, who helped me out back then. She was the one who actually escalated to the insurer and got me approval within that time period itself, and it was super smooth. Even the hospital was surprised. They were like, who do you work with? Who is it, this person that you reached out to? And they were able to just so quickly get this done. The difference between the quality of customer support rep that I experienced with Plum versus what is there in the market is miles apart. The unfortunate bit is that most companies think of it as more of a tick mark activity. But the moment one of the senior management has to kind of go through that, that's when things start to change and they focus more on experience. So a lot of candidates could ask us about, the kind of benefits we provide. And the moment we would say Plum, in fact, I remember it was part of our official offer deck. And within the health benefits section, there's a beautiful Plum logo talking about how Plum operates and what they offer. Whenever someone's talking about insurance, Plum is the go-to brand for me as well, because it's like, as I said, pretty close to heart.